If you've been growing for any length of time, you know that each growing season teaches us something different. Today, I want to share 5 decisions that I made that made my growing better in 2026, and every one of those decisions will help my growing in 2027. Decision number 1, fill the gaps. Let's face it, every crop has its strengths and its weaknesses. My rock door, amethyst, and green beans do great in a typical Minnesota summer. But let's face it, Minnesota has 4 seasons and they're all extreme, or at least they seem that way. This year I added Tobago filet beans to fill the gap, and honestly they've exceeded my expectations. They're productive, they handle the heat or sudden heat waves, they don't abort their flowers when it gets a little too warm out, and the quality has been excellent, and they're gonna earn a spot in next growing season. One thing that I've learned from growing is that although I love growing heirloom seeds, they do have their drawbacks. And that's one of the biggest ones that I've seen with bush beans is that heirlooms tend to struggle when we have those sudden heat fluctuations or even a fluctuation in humidity here in Minnesota. Decision number 2, more diversity. Green sugar snap peas, yellow sugar snap peas, purple sugar snap peas, red cherry tomatoes, yellow cherry tomatoes, different basil varieties, 5 different mint varieties. Different colors catch people's attention. Different flavors start conversations. And honestly, it's one of my favorite parts walking through the nursery every morning to check up on plants, is to see that rainbow of colors. Decision number 3, I bought fewer varieties this year. This one was hard. Every winter, I convinced myself that I need to try one more tomato variety or one more pepper variety. But this winter, I made myself slow down. Instead of buying lots of varieties, I bought fewer. And the ones that I did buy, I bought in bulk. It simplified my spreadsheet, reduced decision fatigue, and lowered my cost of seed. And honestly, looking back, I feel like I didn't miss out on anything. Decision number 4, I stopped fighting the heat. If there's one thing that 2026 reminded me, it's that Minnesota, again, has 4 different seasons, and they're all extreme. Instead of hoping and wishing, I decided to make the environment better for the plants this year. And adding a 30% shade cloth made a huge difference in the ambient temperature and the stress that those plants usually feel inside the hoop house. The plants were happier. I was happier. Improving the plant's environment goes a long way in helping them succeed in their mission. Because after all, I want to eat them. Decision number 5, every plant has to earn its spot. As a small commercial grower, this is one of my top line items. Every plant has to earn its spot in the hoop house or on the property. My big questions I'm always asking when I'm trying new trial varieties is, how does it perform? How does it produce? How does it handle the weather? How does it handle a sudden heat wave? How does it handle a cool front? Can it tolerate a frost? Can it tolerate both a frost and heat? I'm looking at you, kale. Kale, if you don't grow kale or currently grow kale, I strongly encourage you to grow kale. I call that a super plant. It can take a frost, but it also does just fine when it gets hot out here in Minnesota. It's a fantastic plant to have. And if you've never had kale chips, I'm recommending kale chips. Try it out. 3 ingredients: kale, olive oil, and some sea salt. Does the plant consistently deliver? And if the answer is yes, the plant comes back and it earns a spot in the plant nursery and ultimately with my customers. If the plant fails the test and doesn't perform well year after year, I honestly usually only give it 2 years. I thank it for its lesson, and then it goes right to the compost bin. There's one thing I want to share with you that I love about growing, and that's the learning never stops. I've been growing professionally since 2020, and every year I learn something new. Every year I'm humbled. Every year there's a new challenge. Some plants surprise me. Some don't perform as well as I want them to perform or are hoping for them to perform. Some challenge the way I think about a certain process or a certain plant. Now, I would love to hear from you. What's one growing decision that you made this year that you're going to keep in 2027? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.